the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock here on the program. Let's get to our headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
What are you drinking?
Green juice?
Excuse me?
Hey,
No.
Yeah, what's in that green juice? Let me see that green juice.
No. Hold on. Leroy.
Hmm?
What the hell is that? What the hell is green juice?
Turn it around.
It's just
No,
like,
that's
it's
a-
got
Oh,
like it's Avion water. It's
So, like, what'd you put in there?
it just got vitamins and stuff.
That's gross.
Nah, you're making stuff
Nah,
up.
what, do you,
No, it doesn't taste bad.
you
You
drinking
juicing?
kale? You a kale? You a sea otter?
Kale,
Kale?
Leroy,
That's
You
basically
got,
salad in a cup.
what you got? You got
No, it's
arugula in there?
not.
getting soft.
No.
You are
You got
getting
arugula.
soft,
That's an
dude.
arugula
That's
shake,
arugula.
dude.
That's a liquid salad.
No. Hey, Leroy and salad don't go well unless it's
Well,
potato salad,
look at it.
macaroni salad.
The
Right
hell
there.
is that thing right there? I don't know. I don't like this. So Mike McDaniel, not like, would you say this is the most perturbed you've heard him in a while? Like, he did not seem, doesn't seem, it's Mike McDaniel level of angry. Like, let's be real about it. But do you know what he did yesterday? Did you guys hear what he did?
No.
You guys hear what he did?
No.
What did he do? No orange jersey at joint practice.
What?
Nope.
What?
Was not pleased with the first joint practice.
Wow.
He took away the orange jersey.
Damn.
Nobody got it.
So no music.
A lot of times, though, listen, I'm gonna let you behind the curtain. A lot of times, if you do that in joint practices, that's the guy they pick on. So sometimes you just don't do it for joint practices.
Yeah, they did it for day
And
one.
you find a reason to find a way to not do it.
Nah, they did it for day one.
Okay.
They took it away.
Okay.
Took it away.
Okay.
I mean, that's plausible deniability that you're saying right there. It's a good
Yeah.
excuse for Mike McDaniel if he's listening. But
I'm just telling you, that's how it works.
here was Mike McDaniel. Now this is he's not going to speak today because I don't think they practice. But here is this was his thoughts on the first joint practice. Not thrilled, and apparently things still kind of uneven there.
Nobody wants to jump off sides, and like we couldn't have emphasized it more this offseason in terms of this is what it is. The facts are the facts. You're the worst. I'm the worst. Like, that's what it is. So every time we false start, like, yeah, that's everyone's like, it's not something that people are very comfortable with or pumped about. The point is to figure out the whys behind it, but we're very aware that, we're on the heels of being the worst. So that's not acceptable. We'll continue to work through it.
Yeah, it's not
Can
happening.
I just tell you why this happens?
With the penalties?
A lot of people don't understand, but let me explain to you how this happens and why it happens in joint practices. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It is the first time you hear a different voice calling a cadence. And you get accustomed to, say, for example, how Tua calls it or how Mike White calls it or how Skylar calls it. And so the hard count, you can hear it, because you're with it every day. The first time you hear somebody else make calls with the ramped up intensity, a lot of times in these situations, you get a lot of guys jumping off sides. So Mike's right. Because
I don't think he's specifically just mentioning like offsides though as like a joint practice thing. Like I think that they know it's been a point of emphasis for everything because they were last in penalties last year. Like
right.
they need to get that fixed.
Right. So you got to make a big deal out of it now. And that's basically what he's doing in his own Mike McDaniel way.
Here's a little bit more of McCoachin on the practice that they had. It's kind of I don't want to call it a rant, but kind of a McDaniel rant.
If the goal is, average, then I was super pumped. I really like joint practices for the sake of, I want everyone's best effort. the tricky thing about it is, and as I've learned over the course of my career, so what if the offense had the greatest practice in the history of all practices, or the opposite happens? It's the worst practice. What does that mean for today? And that's kind of my point. Is there was stuff that irritated me. There was stuff that pumped me up. We did physically strain through some heat against a new opponent. The main focus to me was that practice purposeful? How do you make it purposeful? Your approach today, and it's not the same mistakes. That we have procedural penalties. I'm hoping to not have any today. If we have some, as long as it's not the guys that did it the day before, I can work with that. It's when yesterday was a waste, then it's a bigger issue. So, I was happy that we worked, for where we're trying to go. I shouldn't be really happy with any practice in terms of we're good. It's not like that. Last year Philly is a great example. We practiced against Philly, and that was the first time offensively.
Is he still talking about offsides? Damn, Mike!
All 11 people executing simultaneously, and no one scores a practice. But if you guys were to say, "Hey, they won that day," it wouldn't sound crazy.
We need to put his ass on a shot clock.
The Eagles went to the Super Bowl. We did not. But that was a very important practice for us because it was the first time that we clicked, I thought, and it led into the first drive of the preseason game. So yesterday, I like the fact that guys were straining and very annoyed at the result. That means we're in a good spot. I'm going to just keep going for the next half an hour. And so anyway, about today's practice is more important than last.
Huh. Mm-hmm.
What? What? Dude!
He's incredible.
Hey.
Ricardo puts it well when he says Mike McDaniel's mind thinks so fast that he can't get the words out on time.
Yes, but here's the deal. I think I need to be in concussion protocol because I'm concussed right now.
That was an essay.
Well,
what?
Well, maybe this will make you feel better.
Oh.
That's not Mike McDaniel's way.
Our coach was born a rambling man. Doesn't really matter, he has the best game plans. He draws up plays and he's scheming, the D can't understand. He's our genius rambling man.
Don't lose.
He believed the two were tongues of Iowa. Had Waddle and Cheetah who could run.
What would Socrates say to that?
And after decades of 3 yards and a cloud of dust, the Dolphins were finally fun.
Attaboy.
Our coach was born a rambling man. Doesn't really matter, he has the best game plans. He draws up plays and he's scheming, the D can't understand.
What?
He's a genius rambling man.
Clock, 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 clock.
You check your pulse if you're not fired up.
Check your pulse, Leroy.
Wow. What?
Y'all might have to hit me with the paddles. Clear.
Goosies galore.
Dude.
Is that what you
Hey.
your time doing yesterday?
Part of
Wait,
it.
Goosies.
but I promise you knew when you played that cut.
Hmm?
Because when you listened to it, you had to go, oh boy. Oh boy.
Just wouldn't stop.
Oh my goodness. He
Yeah.
starts talking about something and he always feels that he's missing something. So he keeps going.
Amazing.
I wonder how they're looking at
on us, guys.
I wonder how they're looking at him when he's answering these questions. Are they like looking at, because I wouldn't be able to contain myself.
Can we get a weather update, Leroy, for the Mesman and Dover Law Firm? Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Heading over to the window plex, looking out. It is partly cloudy. Winds are coming. It looks to be out of the. What is it? The damn clouds ain't moving. Let's say 5 to 10 miles an hour. And I'm just waiting for one of these clouds to move or see a plane or something. But I ain't got nothing. They ain't moving. So I'm going to just go ahead on and assume they're coming out of the east. Or because I haven't seen any planes. And it's about 90 degrees.
Sweltering, some would call it.
That's 90 degrees before 12 o'clock is a bit warm. Not as bad as 97 at 12 o'clock at night, though.
I was listening to Bradley Chubb yesterday, and he was, because it's his first training camp with the Dolphins. He was like, "Oof, hot."
Oh yeah,
hot steamer.
Hot.
It's not fun. But like, I don't know, Leroy. Like the word is like, and I haven't been out to a practice. You know, we do the show right when they practice, so I my own peepers can't confirm. But like the word is, it hasn't. The Dolphins' offense hasn't looked impressive, and especially people are kind of like grumbling because like the Falcons sucked on defense last year. But like, I don't think it's a big deal. Do you? Like, it's so early.
Because here's the thing. Offense and defense are preparing differently. One of the things that you prepare for a defense is you want everybody on the same page. You want everybody going to the ball. You want reaction to the ball in the air and things like that. And it doesn't matter what offense you're faced with. If you see those things, it looks really good from the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, you got a lot of moving parts, right? You got protections, you got routes, you got adjustments, you got, check with me's and stuff like that. And it's all predicated a lot on the game plan and who you're playing. So anytime you just go out and run standard offense, it looks like the defense is ahead, when in actuality, it has more to do with the fact that you're not really game planning against that team. So I'm not as concerned as most are, simply because, look, I played on teams that we struggled all preseason as an offense and end up playing well. And then I played on the offense where, we dominated in the preseason and dominated against our defense and ended up having one of the best offenses ever. So
I'll never forget, like the Dolphins, it was the first year Sue was here. That defense in the preseason, oh my God. And they sucked.
Right. Because guess what? Because the offense goes, and Ndamukong Suh, let's take him out and make everybody else beat you. That's game planning.
It was crazy. But like, I guess I'm just under the impression, like I saw them work last year. Like, yeah, obviously, there's concern of like Eichenberg and just basically his Eichenbergness. But it sounds like he may be losing his gig anyway. So if like Isaiah Wynn takes his job, I'm cool with that. But we know that they're fast. There's a lot of speed.
Ball gets out of the quarterback's hand very quickly.
Very quickly.
The timing of that is what I would be most concerned with, right? But not seeing practice every day, I don't know where they are with that. And I'm bet you they're having extensive conversations on how we're going to protect everybody, how we're going to protect Tua, how we're going to run block, what plays are going to best fit this group we have in front of us. And you just kind of work through that during camp. So I like to expect after what they've been a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
To expect after 2 weeks to just be there is like a little bit unfair. But I do believe that here's the one thing that I would worry about if I'm an outsider looking in without knowing anything. If we have an issue that was on the team last year and we struggled in this area and we start camp off by struggling in that same area, I would have a problem with that because that means not enough attention was paid to those issues.
We know they're paying attention to the penalties. I mean, Mike McDaniel went on for 4 minutes about it.
That was only 4 minutes. I thought, listen, Mike McDaniel started talking. I thought we were going to have to go to commercial break and then have him conclude on the other side.
It's like he almost blacked out just talking about the practice. Because you want to know why? Because here's the truth about it with Mike is he's not happy. And I don't think he knows how to express himself as not the positive guy. Like, I think like it might just be freeing for him to go a little fangs on us and just be like, not good. Like, you know,
it sometimes it gets to that point, right? But here's what I would say. I would say Mike McDaniel seems like the guy that behind closed doors, he's giving them the business. Because I remember this, like, I can tell you on one hand the amount of times that Denny has literally stopped practice and raised his voice. Right? It wasn't his thing. So when everybody plays that clip of Denny Green, they are who we thought they were. That's very outside of what Denny Green does.
He must have been so disappointed.
So he must have. That was pissed. I've only seen that Denny Green probably 2 or 3 times. Whereas practice was going so bad that he literally stopped practice and said, "You got to be bleeping me."
Who were on the Cardinals at that team?
Huh?
I mean, who was that? Like a Carson Palmer's Cardinals? Like whose Cardinals were Denny Green's? I don't even remember.
Wait, didn't they have was that no, that was after they had Kurt Warner.
We know they had Larry Fitzgerald because they've always had Larry Fitzgerald.
But that was after Kurt Warner, right?
They should probably just change their logo to Larry Fitzgerald.
He's a guy that kind of retired and just faded away, right? I don't see him doing nothing.
I don't see him doing anything either, right? Yeah.
Right.
When did he? But he didn't retire that long ago, right? Wasn't only like a couple of years ago.
3 years?
Has it been 3 years already for Larry Fitzgerald?
2-3 years? Yeah.
He said that he knew during the 2020 season that his playing days were coming to an end, so I think he retired right after that.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, he opted out of the 2021 season. Yeah, he was also involved in he was like a ball boy before, so he was like around football.
He was a ball boy with us.
Minnesota, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
What's his dad?
So his dad's a writer.
Yeah.
His dad's a beat writer.
That's crazy.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So he was around. Think about this. Larry Fitzgerald was around Chris Carter, Jake Reed, Randy Moss, Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, right? Brad Johnson. That's who he got to play offense with.
It's like how Mike McDaniel starts it off with, well, if the goal was to be average, then I'm pumped.
Right? Like, how do you so you already know that once he says that, oh boy, here we go.
If the goal is average, then I was super pumped. This is what it is. The facts are the facts. You're the worst.
Take it easy, Mike.
Yeah, but I'm still trying to figure out who's he talking about as the worst.
I think
he was just randomly.
He was talking collectively about them this offseason with the penalty issues. He's like, these are the facts, everybody. You're the worst. And I'm the worst because they were the worst at penalties. Because listen, the young gurus, the young offensive gurus, they love the motion, you know? How many times were we seeing somebody last year? They not stopped, ball snapped, penalty. I mean, it was a frustrating thing. And that's on top of the fact that they did have a really fun offense last year.
Right.
Oh, man, there were a lot of plays where you're just like, damn it. But like, do you think there's a point where, because they've talked a lot about this being the second year of the offense, do you feel like there's almost a point where you don't want to overkill on it because you don't want guys playing tight?
Well, here's what happens. A lot of times mistakes come from being unsure, right?
Oh yeah, the unsure is useless.
And so I think as people get more confident in the offense and what they're doing, I think that will take care of itself. But I can't tell you. All I know is that, you know, I've seen guys that didn't know what to do and they just sit there or stand there or not do anything. And we used to have a coach that used to yell, "Do something," even if it's the wrong thing. So I don't know. Maybe it comes with being comfortable, being comfortable in what you're doing, how you're doing it, with the calls, with the plays or whatever. But then you go and look at the defense. They got a new defense.
I like how Dr. Toboggan says Mike McDaniel uses as many words as possible every time he opens his mouth. A word compiler.
So he's so basically he's the Cal Ripken of interviews.
I mean, he's very impressive. That man can talk. Oh man! But why did you look at me like that, J-Fig? When what was that? You kind of gave me this side eye with the unsure. Why?
Hold on. But by the way,
to make that comment.
But the unsure are useless.
Yeah.
I mean,
J-Fig, what's the update?
Taylor?
Yeah, we've been living and dying with this. We need an update.
You know, my head still hurts from yesterday, and I have no tickets.
You know, I knew it was trouble when she walked in.
It is too soon, Tobin.
Minus
too soon,
one.
Brendan.
Now she got bad blood.
I had bad blood.
Point for
It's a fun game, right? It's a fun. I like this game.
Wait, hold on. You want to know why? Why this happened to me?
What?
Because it's August.
Wow, what?
That's also a song. I was trying to go with it.
Does she have a song called August?
Yes.
Surprising.
Oh, okay. I
Why
thought
would
that
you
was
write a song about August?
No, it's
Terrible month.
I understand why she'd do so. You know, one of the best artists, I always say.
Quick break. Back after this.